The first series of tricks will be about how to search and replace explore files. So the first trick is how you have a function, getPerfDF, which returns a data frame, and you want to search every occurrence of it in the code. So if you do Ctrl Shift F, you have here in the project, which is the most useful, and you can see every file which is mentioned, and you can explore every call and make your research with that shortcut. Let's say that you want to not only search, but also change the name of this function into getPerfDataFrame. So you do Ctrl Shift R and you can replace the name. You can not only explore the file, but you can also replace with the button replace. You can also replace all. But what if you have another function, getPerfD? So you have to be careful with that replace all thing. And one by one, you can selectively replace if you want only some of them. Another trick would be to right click on the function name, find the refactor, rename, and here you can dynamically replace it much faster, like this. And Pycharm will take care of all the behind the scenes to make sure that it's only when it's this function which is called. It's a pretty cool trick. The third trick is, what if you want to change a whole file name? So you have this file, CSV SQL Manager. So we search it, CSV SQL Manager, which is called in other places like this, where we call some of these functions. And you want to change the whole file name. So you could do this search and replace with Ctrl Alt R, and manually selectively you change all the calls. That's one way to do it. Another way that Pycharm gives us is, again, the refactor option. So you right click where the file is, you find refactor, rename, and again Pycharm takes care of every detail and behind the scenes. The next series of tricks will talk about compilation and how to get faster when you want to debug and execute Python code. For example, you have this function, getPerf.df, and you want to run this example. You have your Python console in the bottom left here with terminal and Python console, etc. You can see it's Python 3.8. So you need to compile the whole project. So if you do Ctrl A, the new trick is Alt Shift E. If you do that, you can run the whole code into your Python console. As you can see, my whole code compiled, and now my function getPerfDF is compiled. And if I run it again, I select just this part, Alt Shift E, and the function was executed, and we saw that here we had empty data frame return. Now, let's suppose we run some code and we instantiated a lot of variables that you can see in the bottom right here. Lots of special variable, and for example, here we have the int test or data frames, etc. You want to reset this. Here you have the button return, which is going to reset your whole Python console and every variable and everything. It's sometimes helpful. You also have the stop console. When you have a while loop which is stuck,